Anyway, so thank you very much, everyone who's joining us. What we are planning to do tonight is um, go through the short clip Farid Response posted regarding why did the Prophet have multiple wives? It is very, very educational and just makes you to kind of, yeah, this is good strategy everyone should follow.
So this is Farid explaining why Muhammad married a bunch of women and girls?
He doesn't mention the word girls.
Okay.
I've got Farid talking about why did the Prophet married multiple wives. And as I said, I'm so convinced that Muhammad did something very reasonable and very good for humanity by marrying with multiple wives.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. And, you know, most guys don't think of that. Most guys, if they get a bunch of power and so on, they don't get the idea. If they get money and power and stuff, if they get control over other people, never crosses most guys' minds to, hey, let me have a bunch of sex with a bunch of women. But Muhammad, you know, he made it happen.
There's a saying in Turkish, every wife comes with mother-in-law, and best mother-in-law is the dead one. So Muhammad had lost.
Is that part of the saying in Turkish?
Yeah. Like when you go to the bazaars, they screams like best mother-in-law is the dead one stuff. So Muhammad had lots of mother-in-laws. Seems he never had any problems with those kind of things. Okay, let's watch the clip and let me know whenever you want me to stop, because it's very, very educational and I'm sure he's misrepresenting nothing in his teaching.
So why did Rasulullah marry multiple women? When we just list their names out, maybe it's not too clear. But when we look into their origins, their tribes, there's something interesting going on here. And initially, if you look here, from Quraysh, all the wives are from different sub-tribes. You got Taym, Ali, Umayyah, Banu Makhzum, Banu Amr, Amr bin Lu'ay. As opposed to this is Amr bin Sa'sa'.
What is this? Was he inspired? Was he inspired by Ali Dawah's wife to start using a dry erase board? Dude, the point of the dry erase board is if you don't want to talk, man. You're doing it all wrong, man. Pick one. Either talk to us, or put everything on a dry erase board. You're doing both. And what the heck? This guy's been a YouTuber forever. This is your setup, dude. This is your setup. Some chicken scratch on a crap whiteboard that looks like you got the cheapest one. No, I don't know. Okay, I am more concerned about the awesome information that he's going to share. So tell us why Muhammad needed to bang his first cousin Zainab, Farid. Because there has to be a good reason, because that's why Daniel and all these other guys are defending it.
The wives are from major tribes like Banu Makhzum and Banu Umayyah. These were.
Oh wait, was this for political alliances to unite everybody under Islam? Is that where he's going?
Yeah.
Ah, shocker.
Why are you surprised?
Just because I've been hearing that forever, and it's a situation where you look at the sources and it'll be Muhammad heard about how hot this woman is, and they're like, Muhammad, she's so smoking hot. She's only fit for you because you can't let someone else have her because she's so hot. And then Muhammad be like, oh yeah, bring her to me. And he's like, yes, you're mine. Yes, you're mine. Ha ha, I got the hottest woman. And then 1,400 years later, Muslims are like, oh, and he understood that he could form a political bond with her family. It's like, where is that? Where did the source say that? It said all sorts of stuff about him seeing how hot she was. Why not that? It's like, so like his first cousin Zainab, she's married to his adopted son. When does he get the brilliant idea to form this political alliance? Oh, when he sees her practically naked, and he's like, oh my goodness, that's what she looks like under that thing. Oh my goodness, I gotta have her. Oh, I need a political alliance with my first cousin. The heck? Anyway, sorry I didn't interrupt. We didn't even get to his point, but I was hoping he wasn't going here.
How long have you been doing apologetics to Muslims?
A little bit in prison in the 90s, just because there are Muslims in there, and I'd start, we'd start talking, and I'd start looking up, and they'd give me their pamphlets and so on, and I'd read them and then respond to them and so on, and then much significantly more so when I met Nabil in 2001, so doing it there, but nothing official, and then probably 2003 or 2004, somewhere in there, I started writing for Answering Islam. So that's when I'm actually like putting out content, then started blogging, and then like whatever it was, 2008 or whatever, started YouTubing.
Okay. So clearly not yesterday, right?
That's right.
Because I'm curious, why would you expect them to come up with a new answer, David?
You're right. I mean, I always hope for the best. Hatun's making a point. Like, okay, if you've known these guys forever, why are you going to think they're going to come up with something new when they never do? I mean, we literally call everything they say the Dawah Script because it's just like it's all been like scripted for them. And anyway, yep, you're right. I'm ashamed. I should have. I mean, imagine, guys, the same thing happening over and over and over and over and over and over again. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Oh, probably the same thing that's been happening, right?
So it's not only there is no new argument, but in this setting, he's teaching this to people. It's not like, okay, this is the answer I will use towards Christians or critics of Islam. He is still teaching this argument, which goes against the teachings of Islam, to his followers. That's a disappointing, actually. But yeah, that's what we have here. Okay, let me play again.
No, that thing where they're saying Gitmo and stuff like that. And I was thinking, hey, Fareed, you know what you should do, man? You should set up like this in a cave, and it'd be like Osama bin Laden when he was posting his videos and stuff like that. And you could kind of dress like that, but be scribbling on the wall of a cave. You got to do something that's better than that, man. You got to do something that's better than what you got here, because that's just terrible. This is terrible YouTubery.
He could have a like bigger whiteboard. I used to take similar size of whiteboards to mosques. He could get bigger whiteboard, or I don't know, just like do mind map. That would be easier, but probably he thinks content is more important than what it looks like.
Or like put a graphic on the screen or something like that. Everything you're pointing to on that whiteboard, you could have make a graphic and it would look way nicer. I don't know. I don't want to nitpick.
You already did. But hopefully he will improve. He will improve. Let's focus on what he says.
His opponents to the Muslims, and you got to keep in mind that Quraysh and the Muslims, they were the main opponents of one another for the first half, even more than the first half. The first large chunk of the seerah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his call to Islam. Carrying on, Quraysh and Banu Asad, these two tribes are very close to each other. You see Banu Asad allying with Quraysh on multiple occasions, especially in pre-Islam. Banu Amr is actually one of the strongest tribes in the peninsula. At one point, they actually take on like multiple major tribes.
Let's pause it real quick, Hatun.
So
I'm just thinking about the reasoning here. So I'm guessing it's going to be, oh, this person was from this tribe. Oh, this person was from that tribe. Oh, this person was from that tribe. Therefore, Prophet Muhammad was obviously trying to unite all the tribes by having sex with them all. Just like he united the men of Al-Zut. But
unity is important.
Yeah, definitely. Here's the thing, Fareed. Dude, think about how dumb this is. Everyone was from a tribe back then, Fareed. Everyone. So any hot chick you saw, and you're like, I have to have her. She's mine. Oh, she's from a tribe. That means he was trying to form an alliance with the tribe. Where are you getting that? And he's like, look, they're from all these tribes. Obviously, he's trying to unite the tribes. That's not what these chicks have in common, Fareed.
So you've got Aisha here. If I remember correctly, Aisha's father was very close to Muhammad.
Yep.
They are like brothers.
Yep. As matter of fact, that's what he said. Yeah. That's what he said when Muhammad's like, give your daughter to me. I want your daughter, the little girl. Give me the little girl. And he said, what are you talking about? We're brothers. We're brothers. Don't make me hand you my daughter, dude. We're brothers, man. No, we're only brothers in religion. So give your daughter to me. He really needed to do that to earn that guy's loyalty.
So how can you build unity while you are already in the brotherhood?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, first of all, how creepy is that, right? Like, imagine I got my neighbor. He turns out to be my best buddy or something like that, and I was like, you know what? To become even better friends, I'm going to need your daughter, dude. Hand your daughter over to me. That's a really strange way of going about things. But, I mean, think about this. Just on that passage that we're talking about. Abu Bakr was, we're too close. We're so close that you shouldn't even be asking for my daughter in marriage because we're so close. We're like brothers. And Muhammad's response is, we're brothers in religion. And so what's he saying? He's saying, we're not as close as you think. We are not as close as you think we are because I want your daughter. So this wasn't to bring these two guys closer together. Muhammad's saying, nope, keep your distance, bud. I want your daughter. So this is just stupid so far. And his whiteboard sucks.
So it is very difficult to kind of think when it comes to Aisha, for example. And that's like only the first person. When it comes to the Aisha, it is very difficult to say, oh, yeah, he's going to marry with this child. Therefore, that's going to build unity and that's going to help him with his political power. This person is already close to you. It's called lust over child. Therefore, he goes after her.
Yeah, and even in the story when, she's given to him as a present in a dream, there's nothing there, hey, this will strengthen your relationship with Abu Bakr if you're having sex with his daughter. And even that, guess what? She had an older sister, guys. She had an older sister. So if this was really about Muhammad strengthening his connection to Abu Bakr had an older daughter, and Muhammad went for the 6-year-old.
So am I right to understand you are stating that actually, while Farid is telling Muslims and his audience and critics of Islam or anyone who is watching him, that Muhammad's marriage with Aisha is to bring unity and political kind of unification or whatever you would call that, actually Islamic sources mentions nothing on that line.
That's the issue. You have all these things in the Muslim sources. That'll be Muhammad heard how beautiful this woman is, and he saw how beautiful this woman is. He saw this woman practically naked. Oh, he's there fantasizing about Aisha. This is what you read in the Muslim sources. But Farid takes advantage of the fact that everyone's connected to someone else and everyone's part of a tribe. And therefore, the reason Muhammad's just banging so many different women from so many different tribes is he wants to unite all the tribes. Yeah, it's not just because he had the strength of 30 men from the old Zut and decided to have sex with lots of women and girls.
So first person on the list is Aisha. Second one is Hafsa, Caliph Umar's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. And you have to wonder. I mean, why was he having sex with his slave girl in Hafsa's bed? I mean, what political alliance is he getting out of that? Is that part of his video? Is he going to explain what political alliance he was making by having sex with Mary the Copt in Hafsa's bed?
I'm sure he's going through. I'm sure there is somewhere there is a video in somewhere where he's explaining how beneficial that is, so he doesn't have to pay I don't know, rent for slaves or all those kind of things, and there is bed already been made, and self-control is difficult, therefore there is a justification stuff, but it is not in this video. But I'm sure he's talking about those kind of things because he will never miss it, right?
Can you imagine though? I mean,
I don't want to imagine.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about where these guys are in the grand scheme of things in Dawah. I just made a video going through some really messed up stuff. These guys got their houris in paradise, and they're basically little girls forever. And using the terms of the Dawah guys, this would be really bad for them. And then what Jibril did to Mary, using their definitions of things, they say this is really, really, really bad. So that's where we are. We got the Islamic dilemma crushing these guys left and right. And this guy's giving Muslim apologetics from 2002 right now. You're 23 years behind, Fareed. This is the answer we got 23 years ago. It didn't work then. You think it's going to work now when people know way more about your fake prophet? These are crazy times.
I think it does work for his audience, though. How many his audience are going to go and check those kind of things?
Good point,
How
good
many
point.
of his audience are able to allow Christians to speak over them and then ask them questions? Because they are trained for polemics. They don't know how to do apologetics. It's very difficult to get them answer any question. So there will be never time for them to do kind of groundwork or try these arguments to see whether they work or not. So his audience will fall into it, even though it is 23 years behind.
But like strategy wise, this is just dumb. These guys need to be coming up with something. And it's like, guys, you're getting crushed. I mean, you're getting crushed. And what do you keep doing? The same thing over and over again. This time it'll work. It's not going to work. It didn't work back then. It's not going to work now. It's not going to work 10 years from now if you try it again then. I don't know. Try to help them to make things more interesting. They're the worst ever.
Yeah, so you've got Aisha, you've got Hafsa. Both of their father is the caliph, becomes caliph, Abu Bakr and then Umar. So I don't see kind of any, I don't know, political unity or benefit over there. And then you've got Zainab in here.
Which one?
This is the Zainab daughter-in-law.
There were a couple Zainabs.
Yep, and then he wrote them just after one another. This is the Zainab in Josh. I can't read that writing, but that's like daughter-in-law.
It is interesting. He married two Zainabs, and they got poisoned by a Zainab. Wonder if that's why he fell for it. She's like, "Hey, you just slaughtered my entire family. I want to cook dinner for you." And he's like, I'm not going to fall for this. Wait a minute. Her name is Zainab? Can't turn down a Zainab. What could go wrong?
Probably he's thinking, I've got two Zainabs at home. They've been very good and trustworthy, so I should be trusting this woman too. So Zainab is already in the family, right?
Yep. That's his first cousin.
And if I remember correctly, there is lots of benefits of cousin marriage out there. If I remember correctly, when someone is already in your family, you already build the bridges with them. There is no need for it to go further.
Well, she was doubly in his family. So she's his first cousin. So she's already in his family, but then she marries his adopted son. when adoption was still a thing. And so now she's double in his family. She was already his first cousin. Now she's his adopted son's wife. But then he said, you know what? I need to have an even closer relationship. And just shocker, he gets the idea after seeing her practically naked answering the door. And that's when he decided, oh, I need a political bond with this woman.
I am sure it is very normal practice that when, someone's husband is not at home and you can see from the curtains that person is like looking naked. I'm sure it is normal practice. You simply kind of want to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Got to see what's going on. He's a prophet. He's got to know these things. He's got to see all the ladies naked.
So if I remember correctly, this story is even being mentioned in the Quran. And Allah doesn't give justification for this because there needs to be political friendship or those kind of things.
Not one word about that. So, yeah, guys, this is another example where we know what Allah's reason is. We know what Allah says. Here's the reason. And there's not one word about, oh, you need to have some sort of stronger political connection with her tribe or something like that. They're first cousins. She was married to his own adopted son. That's pretty darn close. Her family is really, really, really closely associated with yours if she's your first cousin and married to your adopted son. And what do the sources say? Well, if you go to the historical background, he sees her practically naked and starts walking away praising Allah, because that's when, coincidence, it's when he sees how hot she is and she's totally naked. That's when he gets the revelation that he's going to have her. But then in the Quran, Allah gives his response on why Muhammad has to marry the wife of his own adopted son. You guys don't have to take our word for it. It's Surah 33, verse 37. Allah says, Muhammad, the reason you have to marry your first cousin after causing the divorce with your adopted son by lusting after her, and you'd brainwashed him into giving you anything you wanted, the reason I really need you to do this is so that other people will understand that it's okay to take the wives of their own adopted sons, which would never again be an issue because he also abolished adoption in order to sweep this all under the rug. So it's not a situation that would ever rise again. But it's a weird situation. It's like Allah says, here's why he has to do this. The answer makes no sense. It's completely idiotic. But then Fareed can't even give the actual answer. I don't know, maybe he does. But if he's explaining this in terms of uniting tribes, and so it's like, why doesn't Allah mention that at all?
He had great opportunity when he's talking about the topic. He could just say it there, but he chooses to not say it. And also Quranic verse talks about it like when you don't need your wife anymore. How many times you wake up, David, and then say, oh, today I don't need my wife anymore. Therefore,
just pass her on to some fake prophet.
Disturbing, very, very disturbing. Okay, let's continue.
Prophet, peace be upon him, initially was married to Zainab bint Khuzaymah. She passed away after a short while.
Okay, my computer just frozen. Just a second. I'll take this down and then put it up again. Sorry about that. Let's try it again. I didn't say, inshallah, genies are taking over my computer.
That's what happens every single time.
He was married to Zainab bint Khuzaymah. She passed away after a short while. Then he got married to Maymuna. She's from Banu Amr. In regards to Banu Mustalaq and Banu Nadir, these two tribes went to war with the Muslims, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, upon defeating both these tribes, he took Safiya and Juwayriya, offered them marriage, and they accepted and converted to Islam and married him. And there was a great blessing, especially for Banu Mustalaq, because the Muslims, upon them seeing that the Prophet, peace be upon him, married Juwayriya, they freed 100 from the captives of Banu Mustalaq. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's why he did it.
So these non-Muslim tribes goes after Muslims, attack Muslims, right? And Muslims are the one who wins the battle. And then Muhammad has this protecting heart, you know, he learned to protect a child, he learned to protect his daughter-in-law. Therefore, he wants to
by having
protect
sex. It's always by having
this
sex.
woman. Yeah. And he wants to protect this woman whose family just got murdered by him and his army. He offers them marriage, and they just like, this is love at the first sight. Did I understand that correctly?
That's what happened. This Fareed got hey, he actually looks cool there. That'd be perfect for a screenshot, for a thumbnail.
Okay, I can adjust that later, maybe.
Oh no, I'm talking about for me. I always have one where he looks like a total idiot, and here he's looking pretty cool.
Okay, I'll take the screenshot and then send it to you. But I think this is the moment we simply can say, look can deceive, because he's saying lots of false informations. And his look is just deceiving.
He could if he hit the gym and packed on like 50 pounds of muscle, he could play like Leonidas in one of those Spartan movies or something. Hey, Fareed, if you want to get into acting, we're gonna film the music video for AP's Zoot Train song, and if you want to be one of the Zoots dancing in the background behind Vocab as Prophet Muhammad, you can do that, man. It would really be good at forming alliances between our conflicting tribes, right? I mean, if your prophet can go around just having sex with all these women to bring the tribes together, then you can be a Zoot in our Zoot music video.
Yeah.
Then we'll all get along.
Just generous sacrifice. Generous sacrifices. Okay. Do I remember regarding the story of Sophia? So we've got Sophia, whose husband, is that the same woman whose husband just got tortured with the fire on his chest? And Muhammad kind of put her in his tent overnight and had a sex with her. And then there was a man outside of the tent waiting with a sword, by worried that this woman might do something to Muhammad. Is that the same?
Yeah, and think about why. I mean, gosh, how did Muhammad even survive this long? So this is right after. I mean, think. So guys, the historical background is the Battle of Khaybar. When you hear them when you see them doing their Khaybar chant, it's the dumbest thing ever, because yes, they defeated the Jews, but Muhammad got poisoned and eventually died from it. So they capture this dude named Kanana because he knows where some money is hidden and he won't tell them. So they torture him. They light a fire on his chest and then chop his head off. And they're dividing up the spoils, which includes the women. And Muhammad's buddy, yes, Dihya al-Kalbi, his little boy toy, or Muhammad's his boy toy, one or the other. You got Dihya al-Kalbi. He picks Sophia, but then it gets back to Muhammad. And what do they say? I didn't see anywhere. Oh, but she could be so helpful for a political alliance. It would be so great for a political alliance. No, it's Muhammad. This woman is really, 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 really beautiful. You should be having her. So Muhammad takes her, but think about the parallel here. Why is there a guy standing outside of his tent all night while Muhammad's in there having sex with this woman? His buddy's out there standing with a sword. Why? He thinks she's going to kill him. But I mean, think about this, guys. What had just happened right before this? Right before this happened, that's when Zainab, different Zainab, the one who killed him, that's when Zainab says, Hey, I'd like to cook dinner for you right after you killed all the men in my entire family. And what's Muhammad think? Duh, I like food. I like food. Yeah, make me some food. And then his buddy Bisher dies right in front of him. Dies because his buddy Bisher trusted Muhammad. And so think about this. If you're one of Muhammad's companions, this dude can die. He makes such stupid decisions. We just killed this woman's entire family and he lets her cook dinner. What is this guy, an idiot? He just gets fixated. Oh, food. Here's food. I'll make food. But Muhammad, it's not good. Look who made it. No, me like food. Me like food. And this eventually killed him. And then right after that, right, his buddy drops dead, turns green and drops dead. Muhammad ate some of the poison. It did internal damage to him. It eventually killed him a few years later. And then right after that, he's like, oh, hot woman, hot, sexy woman. Let me take her to it. You just killed her. You just tortured and killed her husband and conquered her people. Oh, but me have sex with her. And by that time, his companions he's too freaking stupid to be trusted. When it's food or women, he has zero self-control. Food, women, food, women, food, women. It could be someone who is ready to kill him. And he can't resist. He just can't resist. So fortunately for him, he had his buddy there going, gosh, this guy can't resist when it's food or money. He will accept anything. It doesn't matter how. He could have slaughtered every person in this woman's tribe. And he would still think, oh, gotta have sex with her. But anyway, apparently he decided that's a good time to form a political bond.
So one of the things I'm struggling to understand is, David, why don't you see there was a love at the first sight? Isn't it very common that someone comes and then murders all of your family and tribe and then tortures your husband? You just simply fall in love with that man and his power. Therefore, you are willing to be in his tent overnight.
Yep. I have to say that's kind of I don't know. I'm not a woman, but I've heard it's every woman's dream to have an army roll in, kill a bunch of the men, kill all the men in your family, conquer you, subjugate you, force you to pay 50%. No, jizya's only 2%. No, 50% is what they were required to pay in order to continue living. Tortures and kills your husband. And I mean, what woman's not going to be like, ooh, I really want this guy to take me back to his tent because he is one old creepy dude.
There is a tradition talks about how Safiya expressed Muhammad is the man she hated most. So even though after murdering all of her family and there is no one for Muhammad to build political bridges because he just murdered everyone, Safiya expresses that he's the man she hated most. So there is no way that there was a kind of love at the first sight, as well as there is no way, and there is no one alive for Muhammad to build political connections. Just too much lie. And then you've got Juwariya, is the same story. So another woman whose family is just being murdered, and Muhammad says, I'm gonna take you to myself as a wife.
But Hatun, all of these different women and girls that Muhammad was banging, they're all from tribes, and therefore he just wants to unite all the tribes.
Yeah, but once you murdered my tribe, there is no one wants to unite with you in that. Like there is no one is breathing out and breathing in anymore. And then, okay, let's say that might work. All these wives, okay, look at this list. Lots of women in here, okay? How many times they are talking about how they love and support one another? There is a jealousy in this household.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look like, if wives are already jealous of one another, do you think they are going to go out and then tell their tribes, oh yeah, this woman is awesome in the house. Oh, we should build more relationships with her tribe to honor Muhammad. Like, I never been in such a situation. It just doesn't work in my mind. If there is kind of unity and love, you would know, yeah, this person goes out and then talk about you nicely to the other people. But they didn't like one another. They didn't get on with one another.
No, they were
jealous of
they
each
had
other.
factions.
Yeah, like,
And
they
I
were
think
just,
I forget, but I think it was I think it ended up being Aisha and the wives on her side versus Zainab and the wives on her side, and they were like these two competing factions.
so there was already division in the household. And we are hearing from Muslim missionaries, yeah, Muhammad is building political connections.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, think about how messed up that is, because take someone like Aisha. Suppose we grant, oh yeah, he just needed to have a closer relationship with Abu Bakr, and so, you know, even the sources, Muhammad's like, we're not as close as you think we are, Abu Bakr. Give me your daughter, right? So he's doing the opposite. But suppose we pretend that Muhammad just wanted a closer alliance or closer relationship with Abu Bakr. Muhammad marries Aisha at 6, has sex with her at 9, and dies when she's 18. And he had received a revelation saying no one can marry his wives after him. And so Aisha is a widow for the rest of her life from 18 onward. And it's like, well, why'd you do that, Muhammad? Why'd you do that? Oh, for a political alliance. Oh, so these wives are all just pawns. These wives are all just pawns to you in your political game, and you're just using them for some alliance and then tossing them to the side when you die, and that's it. Oh man, my oldest son said something. I don't know how to use it. I quoted the source earlier today. I was talking about my video that I just posted, and I quoted the source saying that Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6, had consummated the marriage when she was 9, and died when she was 18. And my son goes, "Oh, Aisha expired, so he just died." He goes, "Aisha expired, so he just died." I was like, "Gosh, that's messed up," but I think I have to use that somehow. She turned 18 and expired, so there's no point in living. She's too old now. Oh gosh.
Well, that makes sense, because you look at Muslim missionaries, I remember them talking about like how you need to marry with young and virgin and fresh, all those kind of things. So yeah, after you come to certain age, you expire and nothing to do. So Muhammad is just like, yeah, I'm stuck with this one, so I've got to do something about it. Not very good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just continue. He's gonna make the conclusion. It's gonna be awesome conclusion.
Married him, and there was a great blessing, especially for Banu Mustalik, because the Muslims, upon them seeing that the Prophet, peace be upon him, married Juwayriyah, they freed 100 from the captives of Banu Mustalik. So one of the reasons for his marriages seems to be matters to do with diplomacy and politics. So if you enjoyed this video, please share this video.
Hey, another good picture of him.
I'll take it for you, because we enjoy the video, right? We are sharing it.
Yeah, I enjoy this video broadcasting from 2002. Giving us the same Dawah answers from 2002.
There is nothing wrong to do time traveling, David. Go to the past. Muslims love to live in 7th century. He's actually like much way from 7th century. He's like much generous. He's 21st century. Okay, so there is a question. Someone is struggling. This is very difficult. I don't understand why any man would want more than one wife. There will be never any peace. Look at Jacob's family. We don't understand that either. Every wife comes with mother-in-law, and not very good.
Yeah, Eric, some guys just like to have sex with lots of women. Islam does something very interesting. Keep in mind, it lets you do all the same stuff. It just gives you an Islamic way of doing all this stuff, right? So you can have 4 wives, you can have a bunch of sex slaves, you can be trading those for, even among your wives. You can divorce this one, get a new one, divorce that one, get a new one. Doesn't matter if she's 7, 8, 9 years old. You're allowed to do all that. So you're allowed to do everything that, any other guy might do, right? You're allowed to do that, but you have to do it in the Islamic way. Islam doesn't teach you like self-control, like you need to be a self-controlled person. It tries to amp up all your desires, right? It tries to make your desires just go through the roof. And then it says, and the only way you can satisfy your desires is in the Islamic way, and therefore do what Islam teaches. And that's how you got these. That's how you make people into jihadis like that. So don't give people self-control. Make their desires go through the roof, and then make it so that the system only allows them to satisfy those desires in an Islamic way. And how are you doing it? Well, we're going to go out and fight and kill, and then we're going to take the women as our sex slaves and stuff like that. And that's the way to get what I want in life, by going around making Islam expand and taking everyone else's stuff. The system's like, it's evil and demonic, but it's like made to expand, because you're taking people's basest desires, dialing them up, and then making it so the only way they can satisfy those desires is by expanding Islam. And guess what? Islam's going to expand if you get that. Fortunately, it makes people dumb and bad tacticians, and so that's why Islam was eventually stopped from expanding. But pretty evil system.
I recently prayed that thank Lord for not giving me all I desired for. That is very, very dangerous. I am seeing that, and I'm not even prophet. I see that as a very dangerous thing, versus Muhammad steps in, Islam steps in, and then say, here is what you desired. I'll give you more, so you desire more. And all these desires are simply desire of man. Like, look at this list of women. The suffer, like Aisha expresses, she never seen any woman suffer as much as believing woman. And all of those are become the believing woman, mother of the believers, all of them. Islam is unique. Very, very unique religion.
Here we are, come to the end of 2025. Islamic dilemma has been crushing them all year. They can't walk 5 feet anywhere on the planet without hearing a joke. We come out with more and more stuff. These guys are in bigger and bigger panic mode. And what do? Let's go back to the arguments from 20-some years ago that never worked. And this is bad, guys. This is bad. I can't even think of how these guys recover.
I find that part is like much more sad than the information he's sharing. You would say, okay, so you all had this time, you are in Dawah circle now. Those are very, very basic arguments, and you didn't come up with anything new. That's like much more sad than like what Muhammad did to these women and their argument. You didn't even, like, seriously. Something should have been done. You should have been coming with better arguments. Like, if you don't even have any arguments, very basic principle is you simply go back to Islamic sources and then see the arguments Muslim used. And that's like some of the Dawah gangs are doing, right? Like they are going, oh yeah, this is why cousin marriage is good. This is why child marriage is good. They are trying to justify it. I have no problem simply if he says, oh yeah, Muhammad had lustful desires or he needed more wife for more sex, then he caused marriage to broken down and then went for it. I have no problem with that because I know that is the justification of Allah to give Muhammad what he is desired for. But you just like making up arguments, simply goes against the teachings of Islam, and it doesn't make Islam look good at all. That's sad.
It is sad. Total fail, Fareed. Total fail. I'll give you an E for effort.
You are very generous, David. You are very generous. Okay, that's all I had. That was Farid's video. He simply went against the teachings of Islam and then used the arguments which David identified as over 20 years old argument. And we still don't know why Muhammad went against his own revelation and then married more than 4 wives according to the teachings of Islam. According to missionaries. We know according to the teachings of Islam, but we don't know what is the response to that from the missionary perspective. And overall, sad.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it weird that Muhammad did all this stuff, and it's like we have to make up noble sounding reasons for him to do what didn't sound noble at all in the sources. And it's like, why can't you just portray Muhammad as he is? Oh, because people won't want to believe in him now because he sounds really, really creepy. So everything he did is like with Aisha. I mean, you've heard them all. Why did Muhammad have to marry Aisha? Oh, because he wanted to solidify his relationship with Abu Bakr. No. It's because he saw potential in her and he knew she would be a brilliant scholar and remember all kinds of things about him. And it's like, why don't you guys ever go with what the sources actually say when you're making up these reasons? And I just have to ask, if you have to constantly make up fake reasons for all the creepy stuff your prophet did, maybe you just shouldn't be defending him. And maybe you should just recognize him for what he is. And if you're ashamed of that, then leave Islam.